Hi, I'm Megan, and I play a mean game of Scrabble, especially timed Scrabble. It's something that I've loved for a long time. I'm very good at Jeopardy.
My wonderful friends who are always looking for the truth. It is my hope that each of you is having a wonderful day today. Hold on to your seats, because the video that you are going to watch today is going to be explosive. And I mean that in a very serious way. Because what I am about to tell you is going to make your blood boil. You should believe me when I say that you are going to want to stay until the very end of this. So, you are aware of the fact that I always say that the truth will eventually be revealed, right? Now fasten your seatbelts, because we are about to delve deeply into the most recent shocking developments concerning our favorite narcissistic former actress and the utterly shameful way in which she has treated her own family. There is no doubt that we are discussing Meghan Markle and the utterly reprehensible actions she took towards Samantha, who is confined to a wheelchair. Allow me to share something with you. When I've been covering royal news for all these years, I've never seen anything quite like this before. No, I do not mean ever. We are no longer merely discussing contentious issues within the family. We are talking about serious allegations of threats, intimidation, and behavior that would make even Hollywood villains blush. These allegations are in the category of serious allegations. Consequently, Samantha Markle, who, by the way, has demonstrated an extraordinary amount of bravery throughout this entire ordeal, is now disclosing that she has been subjected to death threats, which are actual, realistic death threats, and that she has been compelled to relocate for her own well-being. Take some time to process that information. An individual with a disability who was compelled to leave her home because of what? Due to the fact that she had the courage to reveal the truth about her half-sister? My devoted audience members are aware that I have always maintained that there was something that was not quite right about the manner in which little Miss Montecito presented her family story. Do you remember that interview with Oprah? In reality, there are photographs, yes, actual photographs, of her with Samantha at various stages of her life. She played the victim card by claiming that she hardly knew her sister and painting this picture of being a poor and isolated child. Oh, how she played the victim card. Moreover, this is where things take a turn for the terrifying. This case is currently being brought before the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal by Samantha's legal team, which is being led by attorney Peter Tickton, by the way. How come? The reason for this is that when you look at the evidence, the initial decision to dismiss the case simply does not make sense. I'd like to take a moment to talk about Christopher Busey, who was featured in the documentary segment. This individual, who is obviously a member of the Sussex camp, walks into the camera with the intention of, in essence, painting targets on the backs of middle-aged Caucasian women and housewives. The amount of bigotry and discrimination that is contained in that statement alone is astounding. The thing that really gets under my skin is this. Meghan's legal team is attempting to conceal their actions by citing the First Amendment and arguing that their client's remarks regarding Samantha were merely opinions. Is it just my opinion? The situation arises when those opinions result in threats of death and forced relocation. In the event that those opinions cause someone's reputation to be destroyed and put their life in danger. Don't be so hard on me. Consider how this behavior compares to that of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who is very dear to us. Do you have any reason to believe that Catherine has ever treated her family in such a manner? She maintains her dignity and grace in the face of any circumstance, including when she is confronted with criticism or challenges. She strengthens her family as a unit, provides support for them, and guards them. She does not take advantage of Netflix dollars by throwing them under the bus. Additionally, while we are discussing Netflix, let's talk about the documentary. They committed a character assassination by portraying Samantha in a manner that was extremely offensive. Her attorney has pointed out that she has never used offensive language, never incited violence, and has never engaged in the kind of behavior that they are accusing her of. However, they painted this picture of her as some kind of hate-mongering troll, when in reality she has never engaged in any of these behaviors. What is it that really reveals the truth? What is the timing of everything? At precisely the moment when Samantha is reportedly in possession of evidence that has the potential to reveal Meghan's true nature, she is suddenly confronted with an additional campaign of harassment and intimidation. Is it a coincidence? I do not believe so. It is a play that is taken directly from the Markle playbook. The moment someone makes a threat to reveal the truth, they are immediately singled out and removed from credibility. Just for a second, let's consider the human cost that this situation entails. Samantha Markle, who is confined to a wheelchair, is constantly living in constant fear for her life. Due to the fact that she had the audacity to challenge the narrative that her half-sister has meticulously constructed, she has been forced to uproot herself and relocate to a new location. This behavior is not merely a matter of family drama anymore. Rather, it is a serious matter that has the potential to involve criminal activity. Also, where exactly is Harry in all of this? During the time that his wife's family is being terrorized, our once loved prince, who used to speak up for what is right, is now completely silent. Do you recall when Harry would talk about the importance of protecting family? It would appear that this is only applicable to the account of the events that his wife has provided, and not to the actual truth. It is impossible to overstate how stark the difference is between the behavior of the Sussexes and that of our working royals. During the time that William and Catherine are working to improve the lives of others by addressing issues related to mental health, early childhood development, and environmental concerns, what are the Sussexes doing? Apparently, they are too busy trying to intimidate and silence members of their family who might expose the lies that they have been telling. Give it some thought. Who is the kind of person who would allow their disabled sister to receive death threats and then do nothing about it? What kind of person ignores the fact that a member of their family is being compelled to leave their home and instead remains silent? Exactly the same kind of person who had no problem watching their father suffer a heart attack while they were posing for wedding photographs. That is the person in question. As well as that, let's take a brief moment to discuss Christopher Busey. As a result of this man's appearance in their documentary, their supporters are essentially granted permission to target specific demographics. He is irresponsible and dangerous in his statements because of the implications they carry. Nevertheless, this is a perfect fit with the narrative that they have presented. Anyone who criticizes them must be a part of some kind of coordinated hate campaign, right? It's not true. In point of fact, individuals such as Samantha are merely attempting to explain things in a more accurate manner. The narrative that has been carefully crafted portrays them as villains, while simultaneously portraying Meghan as some kind of modern-day fairy tale princess who has become a victim. They are attempting to defend themselves against this narrative. You are aware of something that makes this lawsuit particularly interesting, right? The legal team representing Samantha is concentrating on details that can be proven to be instances of defamation. In contrast to some of the people we know, they are not simply making wild accusations here and there. It is being demonstrated through the presentation of evidence, documentation, and specific examples that Meghan's statements have directly resulted in harm. Also, let's not overlook the bigger picture in this situation. Neither Samantha nor Meghan are the only ones involved in this. Specifically, this pertains to the methodical manner in which the Sussexes have dealt with anyone who has the audacity to challenge their narrative. Consider the manner in which they have dealt with the royal family, the employees who worked for them, the British press, and now their own flesh and blood at this point. Do you remember how Meghan stated in the interview with Oprah that she had a very limited relationship with Samantha? This was the first time she had seen her in decades? To be sure, those assertions are currently being contested in a comprehensive manner, aren't they? In the same way that a great number of other assertions made during that interview have been contested and shown to be false. Isn't it true that the documentary that was released on Netflix was supposed to be their opportunity to tell the truth? Nevertheless, whose truth are we actually witnessing? For the reason that, from where I am seated, it appears that we are witnessing a narrative that has been meticulously crafted with the intention of silencing and discrediting anyone who might challenge it. And I'd like to share something with you that will really get you thinking. If they treat members of their family who speak out in this manner, just think about how they treat people who work for them. Do you remember all of those allegations of bullying that were made by palace staff? Do you agree that things are beginning to make a lot more sense now? Something that is particularly unsettling is the pattern that we are observing. They begin by making accusations or statements about a particular individual. Then their enormous online blind following launches an assault against that individual. When that individual makes an effort to defend themselves, they are then portrayed as the one who initiated the conflict. It is a manifestation of gaslighting on a massive scale. Contrast this with the manner in which King Charles has dealt with the situation. In spite of all the allegations and assaults that Harry and Meghan have leveled against him, he continues to extend his olive branches. During his speeches, he continues to express his affection for his son. He continues to make an effort to maintain the possibility of reconciliation. You have a lot of classes. That exemplifies true leadership. Despite the fact that she has been subjected to numerous assaults in Harry's book and through a variety of sources from the Sussex family, Queen Camilla continues to uphold her dignity and concentrate on her responsibilities. Neither does she attempt to silence critics, nor does she send lawyers after individuals. With her work, she allows it to speak for itself. You have to admit that the timing of all of this is quite fascinating, don't you think? Suddenly, all of this drama is erupting once more, and it comes at a time when William and Catherine are launching major initiatives and doing incredible work, just like a well-oiled hand. There is always something that seems to take place in an attempt to draw attention away from the positive news that the working royals are making headlines about. Let me tell you something, my dear viewers. The truth has a way of making its way to the surface. In addition, it would appear that Samantha Markle is getting ready to reveal some truth bombs. There is no other explanation for why there is such a strong campaign to try to discredit her. Why else would she be subjected to threats of such a serious nature? Let's take a moment to consider the kind of person who would hire legal counsel to argue that labeling someone as a liar and a fame seeker is nothing more than a protected opinion under the First Amendment. The same individual who preaches about compassion and kindness while simultaneously witnessing their sister, who is disabled, receives death threats. That is the individual. And where are all of these friends from Hollywood at this moment? Is it true that the colonies, Oprah, and all of these other purported A-list supporters are not present? It is quite amusing to observe how quiet they have become as more and more of the truth has begun to emerge, isn't it? In light of everything that has transpired, it is clear that there is a significant distinction between genuine royalty and those who merely pretend to be royalty. William and Catherine would never behave in such a manner towards their family. They are aware that belonging to the royal family is about providing service, about maintaining dignity, and about bringing people together rather than tearing them apart. The news that Samantha has been forced to relocate in order to ensure her safety ought to be making headlines all over the world. On the other hand, it is not surprising that certain media outlets appear to be more interested in the designer clothes that Meghan is wearing or the celebrity events that she is attending. What a staggering amount of hypocrisy. Let's not overlook the fact that Samantha is confined to a wheelchair. The fact that she is vulnerable does not change the fact that she is displaying more bravery and dignity in her defense of the truth than her half-sister has displayed throughout her entire time in the spotlight. That certainly conveys a message, doesn't it? Do you know what causes my heart to break the most? I can't help but think about Thomas Markle, looking on as everything unfolds. A father who sacrificed everything in order to provide his daughter with the best education and opportunities is now witnessing his other daughter being subjected to threats and harassment after she has allowed it to happen. When someone is aware that they are causing harm to their own family, how can they possibly sleep at night? The good news is that there is a silver lining, my friends. The truth is beginning to emerge. The facade, which was constructed with great care, is gradually but surely falling apart. Individuals are beginning to see through the act, beginning to question the narrative, and beginning to come to the realization that perhaps, just possibly, there is more to this story than what we have been told. What then are our options? Those individuals who are courageous enough to speak the truth can receive our support. It is possible for us to continue to display our support for our working royals, who demonstrate to us what true service and dignity look like. we can continue to keep an eye on things, continue to ask questions, and continue to demand answers. For the simple reason that, at the end of the day, this is not just about drama in the family or gossip about celebrities. This pertains to the concepts of right and wrong. The truth versus manipulation is the topic at hand here. What matters here is whether one has a genuine character or a carefully crafted public image. Also, my dear people who follow the royal family, I have a feeling that we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. In the event that Samantha is in possession of the evidence that she asserts to possess, and if she is in fact able to reveal the truth about her sister, well, let's just say that we might be in for some very interesting times right around the corner. Consequently, my friends, stay tuned. Continue to keep an eye on things. Continue to show your support for our wonderful working royals. And most importantly, continue to insist on the truth. Mainly due to the fact that the truth will always shine through in the end, regardless of how hard certain individuals try to keep it hidden. To ensure that you are always up to date on all of the most recent royal news and analysis, make sure to hit that notification bell, like, and subscribe to this page. In the comments section below, please share your thoughts. Regarding this shocking turn of events, I would be very interested in hearing your thoughts. Are you, like me, enraged by this? Would you say that Samantha will, at long last, receive justice? Keep me informed. Until we meet again, remember that the truth is something that is worth fighting for, even when certain people are doing everything in their power to conceal it. Stay royal, stay true, and remember that. Your assistance is of the utmost importance, and together we will continue to shed light on the genuine situation that is taking place. Make sure you stay safe, my incredible royal family, and I'll see you in the next video you watch. Rest in peace.